Hello everyone, it's Becca from Becca Books and Bujo, and today we have the Booklist Thursday 5-star predictions wrap up. At the beginning of September, I put out a video predicting 3 books that would be 5 stars for me. I did this alongside Lindsay from Lindsay's Little Library and Sarah from Sarah's Nightstand. They do Booklist Thursday every single Thursday, where they give you book recommendations every week, and usually it's based on a theme. Our 5-star prediction theme was book club books, and that could be any kind of book that would be good to read for book club, or a book that we had heard about from book club, or like a celebrity book club pick. So the 3 I chose were Mad Honey by Jodi Picoult and Jennifer Finney Boylan, My Friends by Frederick Bachman, and James by Percival Everett. And I am going to let you know how I did on this round of 5-star predictions. So the first book I picked up was Mad Honey by Jodi Picoult and Jennifer Finney Boylan. And this one is pretty intense. We are following a mother whose son gets arrested for murdering his girlfriend. He is newly turned 18, and so he's tried as an adult, and it's pretty scary. The mother gets really concerned that her son possibly did this horrible act to his girlfriend, and we are basically in her mind as the mother of this boy, learning alongside everybody else what truly happened. There is courtroom drama because he is being tried, and yeah, we also learn things along the way about the girlfriend during the trials, and there are some surprises there that shock many and kind of lean more toward the fact that this young boy Asher did commit this crime, but we don't know until the very end what truly happens. So this one, I did not end up giving 5 stars. I gave it 4 stars. It was very, very compelling, and I wanted to know what actually happened to this girlfriend, to Lily, I believe her name is, and did Asher truly commit the murder? But the things that I did not like about it, there were 2. The first is just this icky feeling I got for thinking that this boy did it. Like, you're in the brain of this mother, and as a mom, you don't want your children ever to do anything wrong, but to do something this horrible and to feel like your son did it. I think the authors did a really good job of making you feel that way, and they were supposed to make you feel that way, but I just didn't like that feeling. I wouldn't ever want to dream that my son could do something like that. But there are factors that lead us as the reader to think that that's the case, and like the jury too. And then the other thing, I just am not the biggest into courtroom dramas. Sometimes I feel like the back and forth, the questioning, the deliberation gets a little long and I don't know, too much. So while I did really enjoy the story and I liked the overall messages of what it had to say about motherhood, and there were themes of abuse and also LGBTQ plus representation, it wasn't quite 5 stars for me, but I'm so glad I read it. So I'm glad that this was on here as a 5-star prediction. Then I read James by Percival Everett, and this one got 5 stars. So we are 1 for 2. This one is super, super wonderful, and I feel like everybody should read this book, especially because we all probably had to read The Adventures of Huckleberry Finn in high school or middle school. I mean, I read it, I think, in 9th grade or 10th grade. And this is that story, but told from the perspective of Jim. Huck calls him Jim, but he kind of reclaims his name and ends up going by James at the end of this book. We learn a lot about slavery in this book and what slaves do in order to appease the white man, and I loved hearing this story from James. Yeah, I really loved it. It will stick with me for a while, and I think that I want to go back and read The Adventures of Huckleberry Finn and then read this again, maybe, or I don't know. Could you like tandem read them? Probably not. But I feel like after reading this, I can't remember much of what happened in Huck Finn. I think it's the exact same story. I don't know if we stray a little bit, or I mean, we get Jim's side of the story when Huck and Jim are separated. So yeah, I would just love to return to Huck Finn and compare and contrast with what happened in James. I think Percival Everett did a phenomenal job of recreating this story in a way that we got a different perspective, and the life of a slave was portrayed really, really well. Okay, and lastly, we have My Friends by Frederick Bachman. And this one was kind of a gimme, putting this on the 5-star predictions, because I think every single novel that I've read from Frederick Bachman has been 5 stars. I love this author. He writes so wonderfully, and I just love the characters he creates, the story he weaves together in all of his books. So this was a gimme, and it was definitely 5 stars. In this one, we're following a few different timelines. First, we meet Louisa. She is an almost 18-year-old girl, and she is breaking into a church to see a piece of artwork that has really meant a lot to her and her friend Fish. Some things happen, and she ends up meeting the artist of this famous piece of artwork. And we kind of go from there. We learn about how this piece of artwork came to be, how the artist decided to create this piece of artwork, to paint it, and we learn about him and his friends. And it's just really, really beautiful. The story is great, but the writing is just so good. Frederick Bachman writes with such wit and intrigue, but it's all very calm and easy. It's just, I don't know, it's so beautiful. And then I think he also writes such funny one-liners too. Like I found myself laughing at some interesting things, or one of the ones that just jumps out to me, remembering from the very beginning of the book, I think, is like, I'm not afraid if you point a finger at me because I'm not an elevator button and I know you won't push me. Or I don't know. It's just like goofy, funny one-liners that you wouldn't really think to say, but Frederick Bachman writes them, and they're just so witty and enjoyable. And the characters. Oh, the characters that he writes and their relationships are truly beautiful. I feel like we all have a group of friends like this, or had a group of friends like this at one point, a group that you would do anything for. And Bachman was just able to write that so beautifully. There's definitely tragedy in this book. I teared up at many points, even right away at the beginning. I don't know. It's just his writing that gets me. But it was a truly beautiful story about finding yourself and where you belong, and truly appreciating the friends and the people that surround you in your lifetime. So this one was beautiful. I gave it 5 stars. So then I was 2 out of 3 for 5 stars, but with Mad Honey being 4 stars, that's a pretty great book too. So I am super proud of these 5-star predictions that I had. I think I did well. Let me know in the comments if you have read any of these books and what you thought of them. Did you agree with me in my thoughts, or did you disagree? As always, I would love to have some bookish conversation with you down below. Thank you so much for watching, and thank you to Lindsay and Sarah for inviting me to do this round of BookList Thursday 5-star predictions. I will see you in another video very soon. Bye!